night with Giesen's 0% Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut. 0% alcohol, all the flavor, Giesen wines from New Zealand, making the 4 o'clock hour or any hour the perfect time.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Colin to the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo. Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
It's Russo and Rizzo. It is Friday, all right. You got Colin Russo. You got Mike Rizzo. You got Elias Bustamante. We got another 2 hours up ahead, up until 6 o'clock today.
I'll tell you what, that tennis is going to do awful rating.
No, don't. Dude, hate on the tennis.
I'll tell you what.
Djokovic.
So I've been covering for our director of ops, Dave Judah, our production guy. I'm swamped in work, and Colin goes, "Let's go." I go, "Where are we going?" We go into his production studio, and I look up, and you're telling me Djokovic had a chance to tie, and he had advantage point.
Four aces in a row by
He
the
lost
opposite.
4 in a row. I said, Colin, I'm done with the tennis. Can they paywall that? Can they paywall the tennis?
Mike, it's been a great tournament.
They need to paywall
and you got
the tennis,
Tommy
bro.
Paul,
Who?
Palm Beach resident, and Casper
Bad
Ruud.
look. All right. Bad look.
It's all right.
Bad look.
Against Casper Ruud, going head to head right now. Casper Ruud, friend of Russo and Rizzo.
Dude, Colin has been into this tennis like it's March Madness. All
I
right?
love the tennis.
Dude, like it's March Madness. You're a kid in a candy store.
This is my favorite tennis tournament of the year.
Kid in a candy store. Dude, listen, it's hysterical to hear you downplay it because you know I'm right. Oh, it's going to do an awful rating.
I don't
dude.
care about the rating.
No Djokovic, no Sinner,
No Alcaraz.
No Alcaraz. Dude, that's going to be a tough rating for TNT. I'll tell you who's pissed is Turner Sports Network. That's who's pissed.
This is great because I watched one of the great matches you could finally watch was Djokovic versus Joao Fonseca. Started at 9 a.m. It started at 9:30. It finished at the turn of the hour between, theoretically speaking,
It's unbelievable. So
3:05.
10, 11, 12,
5.5 hour match.
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable.
Watched every second.
You're telling me people sit in 94-degree weather, just sweat.
I'm thinking about going next year.
Where, Paris? Paris?
It's in Paris.
They don't call it Paris,
And I
right?
can't.
Okay.
And I can't stand. I think they do call it Paris.
Anyway.
I can't stand Paris, but I would be into that tournament.
Okay. Well, yeah, the Parisians hate Americans. And my buddies tell me, Riz, you're the most American person I know. I wouldn't go to Paris. By the way, is that a slight, being the most American person you know?
You like America?
I mean, I love America.
And
but
I don't think, yeah, it's
a lot
slight.
of if I go over to Europe, I don't want.
You would be an obvious American. Americans, here's what Europeans.
I don't want my shtick to be, that American.
How do Europeans feel about Americans? Americans are loud. They like talking, especially private conversations that feel public.
Okay.
They get really drunk. You don't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
But
used to do that.
It's the volume that really and they lean. People hate how Americans lean on things all the time.
Hey.
No, they'll be like lean on
like
things.
Lean against it.
You're in a train, you're leaning. You're standing up waiting for a sandwich, you're leaning. Like it's
Why does that
true.
matter? Yeah, it is. Why does that matter?
It's apparently a thing.
Why you're supposed to stand there like a mute? Like get a clue, bro.
And Americans, to the eyes of the Europeans, are very social, almost too social, and it bothers people.
Okay, all right. Well, that's you. Listen, you and me fall under the social butterfly category, brother. But yeah, you've been into the tennis. Fair play to you.
Casper Ruud, Tommy, Mike, you got a tiebreak right here. We got a fourth set tiebreak right here.
I find it hysterical that you pull me out of my production room, pull me
like
into
it was emergency,
pull me into your production room to watch Djokovic push into a final set, and he doesn't just lose 4 straight aces.
It was the 5th set.
4 straight.
He just got broke on the 11th game. It was 6-5 Fonseca. Fonseca serving for match. It was 40-30, and Djokovic was leading. He basically gives up, 4 straight aces to lose.
And for those, it's a serve. For those who don't know what an ace is, a serve. Like it's the guy
serve
who's
point,
serving.
Serve point.
Yeah. And he didn't even attempt to go for it, and it happened. So it happened in like 30 seconds.
They were great serves.
Happened in like 30 seconds.
19-year-old. Let me give you a couple stats. Djokovic, who's 39 years old, who is, in my opinion, the best tennis player of all time. 24 majors, 24 slams. No, Federer's got 20. Nadal's got, I think, got 22. It might be flipped. But point being, he's the most accomplished tennis player ever. His record, he was up 2-0. When you came into work and you chimed in, we were in the end of the second set between Djokovic and Fonseca. We were already an hour and a half, 2 hours in.
Yes.
And it was 6-4. And think that it kept going. But point being, he was 289-1 when leading 2-0.
Oh, my gosh.
So he blew that, and Sinner blew it yesterday. Think about
heat. Dude, that pair is heat.
It's been knocking players off left and right.
Lord.
It was 90 degrees, and the heat wave ends tomorrow. So it's going to get down to like 70 degrees, 65 degrees tomorrow, and it's been 90 all week.
So
if you survive this weekend, you would have been in good shape.
You're going to be awarded 65-degree weather.
Wow.
Fair play. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. What's not cool is that there's nobody good left in this tournament.
No, Mike.
At Turner Sports Network.
There's plenty of great players.
You're
I
in the
actually
ratings.
like it.
You can't even tell me. You can't
Mike,
downplay it.
Mike,
it's bad for the sport.
It's the usual suspects that are always in the final. There's the usual suspects.
It's like golf.
I actually like.
You know what I mean? It's like golf.
I like
where
that.
You need a good leaderboard. You need a good.
No, tennis has desperately needed a couple new young stars outside of Alcaraz and Sinner. This gives us that opportunity.
Well, we're rooting for the American here.
Well, the Americans stink in this tournament because it's clay, and there's not a lot of opportunities to play clay.
Why do we... Hang on.
Never.
Clay? What do you mean clay?
We stink on clay.
Well, hang on.
The ground is...
Listen, I know you're down on
Do you see the surface? It's clay.
Thank you. What I'm saying is I don't understand why American... But we can't conquer clay?
No.
Agassi couldn't win on clay?
Agassi won. He was the last one. It was 24 years ago.
Even though you're down on Agassi.
Agassi, I'm down on him.
But anyway.
So Americans do not win at this tournament.
Well,
Americans win hard court, which is the Australian Open, the U.S. Open, and then grass occasionally.
Dude, tell that guy to get back on the chair. Those chair guys drive me crazy.
The chair ump?
They drive me nuts. I told you I had a real issue with the one that didn't let the guy go poop. I had a real issue with that.
How about the heat?
Yeah, dude, 94 degrees.
Can you imagine doing that for 5.5 hours at 90-degree heat?
So I told you what I do here in South Florida to get used to the heat. Before work at like 11:30, I'll go run for 30 minutes outside, run like 2 miles.
Man.
Dude, I'm drenched,
You're gasping.
dude.
Yeah.
Drenched, gasping. I can't imagine playing tennis for 5 hours.
That's why
5 hours.
Very impressive athletes on that front. And you gotta get the points. That's it. You can't. There's no time. You gotta get the points.
5 hours.
Yeah. 5.5.
Dude,
9:30 a.m., which is 3 o'clock, and it went through the evening.
I would be begging you if you and I went to one of those tennis matches, I'd be begging to leave, dude. 5.5 hours.
Oh, I'd love it.
What is that? Is that a flight to Los Angeles?
I'd love it.
Flight to LA.
I'd love it. Imagine being on a flight to LA and having that whole match to carry you through.
Well, yeah, if you're a tennis fan, it'd be
great. That'd be great. Are you kidding me? That'd be one of the great breaks. I've never been lucky enough to have one of those.
By the way, I switched my flight. You're not going to be happy, but I switched my flight. I'm not doing Lauderdale. I'm sick of going to Lauderdale. You're
going to LA next week.
I'm going to LA next week.
You're supposed to fly out. You're flying out next Tuesday?
So what I'm doing is
your original flight, though, was what?
Out of Lauderdale on JetBlue.
Nonstop JetBlue, which is a great flight. You're not taking this?
I'm doing Delta. Out of West Palm.
Oh.
And I'm going to Atlanta.
Oh.
And then I'm going to Burbank. And my uncle.
How far?
My uncle lives in Encino. It's a 22-minute drive from Encino to Burbank.
How far is Burbank from Santa Monica? That's where LAX is.
20 minutes. It's like 20.
So
I'm not doing LAX.
You did the connecting flight for 20 extra minutes?
Yeah, and it saved me some cash, too. And
you saved money by doing this?
And I still got first class. Yep.
You saved money?
Saved money. And I still got first class.
And you got first class on Delta. First class on Delta is like the Sistine Chapel comparatively to the first class on JetBlue, which is the same exact seat as 28A.
It's the Imperial Suite.
Well, so, you get the seat that lies down?
No,
you got a first class flight from West Palm to Atlanta?
No,
it's like a 40-minute flight.
I didn't do that. Okay. I did it from. Colin, I actually think I picked middle row exit because it was a packed flight. I did middle row exit, but like the chairs are, you're not in the, there's a lot of room between the person next to you and the other person in the aisle, if that makes sense. But I'm in the middle on that, and there's nothing in front of me. You ever seen chairs like that? That's where
Why'd you get off the flight? You wanted to fly into Burbank?
I wanted to do Burbank, and my uncle could no longer go with me to Lauderdale because remember, Uncle P was supposed to come down here Monday. That's not happening anymore because he's got to be in Palm Springs, which is actually a break because he's just going to go to Palm Springs on Saturday and then drive over to LA on Tuesday. So I changed my flight.
You go to Palm Springs, you could go check out the tennis they have there, dude, Indian Wells.
Bro, what is up with you? And Indian Wells?
Indian Wells is there.
I actually know that.
It's a great spot. It's tennis paradise.
My uncle's like, we could do a day in Palm Springs if you want. We'll get rooms. But I'm like, I'm there to see my Uncle Johnny, Jamie, and I'm actually going to go see the LA studios. My cousin Lucas is a part-time digital guy for ESPN LA.
For ESPN
so
LA.
he's going to show me that setup.
And you're going to the Dodgers.
And I'm going to the Dodgers on Friday against Anaheim. But regardless, you know those studios are right by Crypto Arena, a.k.a. Old Staples
downtown.
Center. Have you been there? Have you ever seen them?
I've never seen the studios or the Lakers.
The studios.
No,
I know you've been to LA.
I've never been to the.
Yeah, I never have either. I've seen it. I've seen them, but I've never been inside. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
Wow, I'll be in LA in late July, so I'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to go stop by, but TBD.
Yeah, you'll be in LA.
Yeah. All right.
You'll be in LA.
Wow. All right, so you're down on the flights and you're down on the tennis.
Yeah, down on the tennis. You're into the tennis, but I'm down on the tennis.
Wow. I can't convince you?
No. Dude, you convinced me for 2 minutes, and I walked in there, I saw Djokovic lose in 25 seconds. Lost in 25 seconds. He had advantage point on the serve. He lost in 25 seconds.
You know why it's interesting? I'll tell you this.
Why is it interesting?
Because you said it. The conference final, Montreal game doesn't have a lot of juice tonight. The Spurs game last night was another blowout. They've been trading blowouts ever since game one.
It's a waste of time. Basketball is a waste.
Game 7 is going to be great, but they've been trading blowouts left and right.
You hope. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. The NBA, that series has been a snoozer. They've had one game. Hindsight 2020, game 2 at the moment was good. But look, we haven't had
if they have a good game 1, game 7, a year from now, you're going to remember a great series. That's
Probably.
just how it goes.
Probably.
Same thing. You remember games 2016 being a great series just because of one game.
Well,
that whole series stunk.
Hold on, though. 2016 had a lot of storylines.
It was a storyline because of the 3-1, but the games weren't
But
great.
hang on. There was a storyline with the Warriors being a 73-win team, LeBron trying to win a championship for Cleveland for the first time since 64, and being down 3-1. Kyle, it's 3. Come on.
But the game stuck. I'm telling you, the game stuck.
They were blowouts. And a lot of those, even throughout the years of Warriors and Cavs, they were blowouts. But there was the allure of LeBron and the allure.
That's it. You remember the story of the series more so than the actual games. It's going to be the same thing with this series.
Once again, I turned it off at halftime. And I'm like, I don't need to do this.
Yeah, well, end of the third quarter was when I was like, all right, the Thunder scored 13 points in the third quarter. I think we both
said we've hit the nail on the head with how these games have gone. We said home teams and blowouts, and that's what they've been. Why isn't so you think we're going to get a good game 7?
I do think so. And to finish up my point, the basketball has not been great. The hockey has not been great. You know what has been great?
The tennis? With no names, no stars, no nothing?
Excellent.
No names, no stars, no nothing.
Excellent.
Okay.
So it gives you something. This is
why
I
cried laughing when I saw you called me and you summoned me to watch the tennis, and the guy lost in 30 seconds.
It was a tremendous match. I called you too late. I should have called you for about 5 minutes. Watch the last 5 minutes. I called you too late. If I called you 5 minutes before, you would have watched something excellent.
Folks, do you want to know who's always got my back? Do you want to know where I go?
Djokovic?
Yeah. Do you want to know where Djokovic was going to go to put his money away if he won that tournament? That would have been Flagler Credit Union, folks. The local guy, Flagler Credit Union. Folks, they just won a regional award for being one of the top credit unions in the area. They are the official sponsor of FAU Athletics, the official credit union of FAU Athletics. You see their name over the football stadium. They got 4 locations across Palm Beach County. Folks, I go to the one right here in West Palm Beach because I live in Palm Beach Lakes. But you hear me talking about my upcoming trip to LA and money. And I'm able to do this stuff because I'm managing my funds with my good friends over at Flagler Credit Union. They are the guys that I trust with my cash. Flagler Credit Union, folks. Flagler Credit Union. Go to flaglercu.org for more information. That is flaglercu.org for more information. Flagler Credit Union are the guys you could trust with your money.
Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante. We'll get into a little bit of what we saw last night. A whole lot more. Texas Tech wants to play Texas. Texas probably shouldn't do it. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. It is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Memorial Day may be over, but the biggest sale of the year at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach is still going strong. They sold nearly 100 new Kias over Memorial Day weekend, and then Kia sent them another allocation. That means another 100 new Kias must be sold before June 1st. Tellurides, Seltos, K4s, K5s, EV9s. Fresh inventory with huge incentives and rates as low as 0% on select new Kias. And this week only, the Greenway Kia Credit Clinic is back. Don't worry about your credit. Let Greenway Kia go to work for you. Plus, take advantage of the exclusive 24-hour test drive program. Take it home, drive it overnight, make sure it's the perfect Kia for you. Want to skip the wait? Call 561-433-1511 and ask for Lonnie Mister. He'll have your vehicle ready and waiting when you arrive. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Another 100 new Kias must go before June 1st. Call now. 561-433-1511.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
The 4 o'clock hour of Russo and Rizzo is presented by Gießen 0% Wines. It's 4 o'clock somewhere, meaning it's always the perfect time for Gießen wines. Elevate your game night with Gießen's 0% Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut. 0% alcohol, all the flavor, Gießen wines from New Zealand, making the 4 o'clock hour or any hour the perfect time.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios are your option if you're looking to fix a situation. If you got into a car accident, truck accident, you fell and slipped down the stairs, you get ran off the road by an elderly woman like Mike. If you need a bike bag and you're trying to travel for a triathlon, that's the type of thing that Anajar and Levine has your back with. And my friends Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine will fight for you, and they don't even get paid unless you do. They'll fight you to get the maximum compensation that you deserve. And when you're looking for an accident attorney, there's 1,000 options in Florida. We all know this. There's only one best, and that is Anajar and Levine. Call them today for a free consultation, and don't settle for anybody in South Florida. Go get the best and demand Anajar and Levine. Make the real difference in your life. Pick up the phone. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Take back control of your life. That's 1-800-747-3733. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Elias Bustamante, 888-760-3776. Number to get into the program. That's 888-760-3776. A rough game last night. Not much of a competition from the start. Game 6. Now we're looking about to Game 7 a little bit. Are you still home team above all?
I am.
Are you good game above bad game?
It's going to sound like a cop-out take because it's kind of a, hey, no duh. But if we get a good Victor Wembanyama, it's going to be a close game. That's where I'm at. You got to bank on Vic playing well. Vic shot 4 of 15 in Game 5.
And he had
was irrelevant.
13 points in the first 6 minutes yesterday.
He went hitman with, Bismack Biyombo and Mason Plumlee. It was
said this goons.
It's a disgrace. It was a bad look the last time we saw Wemby at that arena. So, as a neutral, as someone who always wanted this series to go 7, when maybe was hoping for a little more competitive games, you got to bank on Wembanyama playing well. And he's a young player. He's a young star. I think he's going to arguably be the best player in the league. I personally already think he's the best player in the league, but you get what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be his league, and this is a moment for him to kind of bust onto it a little earlier. Like, I didn't expect, I'm going to keep it a buck. I didn't expect the Spurs to be in the finals this year. I expected the Spurs to go to the second round and compete in the playoffs.
I agree.
Lo and behold, they're in the conference finals and in a Game 7.
They'd be shocking everybody because teams usually need this experience before they make a run.
But Colin, is it a lazy take to say it's all laying on Wembanyama? I personally don't think it is.
Not even a question. Let's think about it. They've played 6 games. 3 of them, Wembanyama's been great. 3 of those games, they won. 3 games, he's been pedestrian, lethargic, not necessarily the same type of player. Pretty good, but not great. They lose. He is obviously and most definitely the most impactful player on the court, and he is without a doubt, within the first 10 minutes of the game, you figure out what type of Wembanyama you're going to get.
Yep.
Are you going to get a Wembanyama that is a B+ Wembanyama or an A+? If you get an A+, you're going to win the game. If you get a B+, we're going to have some problems. Now, I do think the story of the series, a lot of people are talking about the officiating, including Theo Dorsey on Theoretically Speaking. I actually lay on the side that it's straight up been three-point shooting. If teams make their shots, if they have shot well, they're in a good spot to win the game because they flip-flopped. They haven't necessarily both shot great in specific games, whereas Game 5 and Game 6 specifically, the Spurs shot terribly. The Thunder shot great. They killed them. The Spurs shot great in Game 6, and the Thunder shot terribly. They killed them. That's been a big theme as well. But if Wembanyama comes out and is average for his standards, I completely agree that it's the Thunder's going to be advancing to the finals.
and I also think you got to look and see if Williams is going to play. If
Williams, he'll be. It seemed like he got through the game yesterday. He played yesterday.
It says not guaranteed to play in Game 7 at this point. I do think though, as far as Oklahoma City, with SGA home court. Role players, they're probably going to have a little more juice playing at home. I just think we might be a year too early on the Spurs. Hope I'm wrong. I'd rather see Spurs than Knicks because I think Oklahoma City's going to blow the doors off of the Knicks if they play them. I think it's just a matchup nightmare. I don't think anybody could guard SGA, and I think the way they play defense comparatively to San Antonio, it's going to bother the Knicks a little bit more. More experience too. With Caruso and company rather than Harper and Champagny and Castle and company. So I actually think the better final, the better watch for the neutral will be Spurs and Knicks because I think if Oklahoma City advances, they're probably going to go back-to-back. But my money would be on the back-to-back MVP at home.
So let's go through this really quickly. NBA playoffs, Game 7s. I got them all right here. This is, first of all, going to be the 5th this year, which is the most since 2016. The 4 ones previous were Cavs-Pistons, where the Cavs killed them. It was Cavs-Raptors, where the Cavs mostly controlled the game. Pistons-Magic, where the Pistons killed them. And the Sixers-Celtics, which was competitive, but the Sixers mostly controlled the game. You go to last year, Game 7, Thunder-Pacers, seemed to be a classic until Halliburton went down. Then the wind got taken out of the sails. Thunder Nuggets, which the Thunder absolutely blew the doors off of them. Then we're going to Game 7 of the Warriors and the Rockets, and then the Nuggets and the Clippers. Clippers, the Nuggets killed them. The Warriors killed the Rockets. And back in 2024, I'm 9 games back. We haven't had a great game yet. T-Wolves Nuggets 2 years ago in 2024. Was interesting because that's when the T-Wolves beat the Nuggets by 50 points in Game 6, and then the Nuggets blew a 20-point lead in Game 7. It was an interesting game. Wasn't necessarily a classic. Pacers beat the Knicks Knicks beat the Pacers. Pacers beat the Knicks. Jeez. 21 points, 131-09. Cavs Magic was a 12-point game. Heat Celtics, when the Celtics came back from a 3-0 series deficit. They got killed in Game 7. That's after the Derek White game winner in Game 6. Celtics Sixers, they won by 24 points. That was in 2023. Mike, I'm going through this. Warriors Kings, if you remember, that was a play-in game technically. That wasn't necessarily a great one. And then Celtics Heat in 2022 was 196. But then before that, a bunch of games. And a great one, which I remember very, very vividly, was 2021 Bucks Nets OT 115-101.
Well, that's the Kevin Durant shoe game, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because if Durant if he makes the shot, they win the game.
That was it. They were up 3-2 in that series as well.
If they make the shot, the series is over.
Or if its shoe size was smaller. That was it. Sorry, it was a 2-point shot.
That's it. He made the shot. It was just his shoe that was on the line.
Yeah.
That's it.
So very rarely do you get
the shoe game. The shoe game.
Yeah, right. And then a couple, I'm looking at another close games. Nuggets Jazz, that was in the bubble. That was actually really good. And the Rockets Thunder was in the bubble. That was really good. The ones in the bubble were solid. But the last one with actual home courts, we're looking at Raptors Sixers when Kawhi hit the game winner.
With the luck show bounce.
So
Embiid
you don't see great Game 7s historically in the NBA postseason. Hopefully, by the grace of God, this will be one of the outliers because it is an outlier.
If this game stinks, spare me on this was a good series.
I
agree. Right?
Thoroughly agree. If the game's great, I think the series is salvaged.
I'm already there. I know it's boring.
You're not going to remember. You're not going to remember Game 4. You're going to remember Game 1 and Game 7. Yeah. If it's great. Yeah. If it's great. 888-760-3776. You have high expectations for Game 7 of Spurs Thunder. We'll go to Atlanta. Carter in Atlanta, welcome into the show. What do you got for us, Carter?
Hey, Mike, again, Colin. You kind of stole what I was going to say, I guess. I was a little bit behind. It's been a poor series. Basically, we have one good game out of the 6. Sorry, headphones are dying. It goes to the overall theme of these NBA games this season have had length, but it's not good. I mean, now we're 30 out of 85, 30 of which have been less than 10-point games, 5 of which 9-point games.
Wow.
Ultimately, I mean, for the Game 7, I actually do think Thunder's going to keep it close solely due to Spurs are going to keep it close. I think Thunder will probably win solely due to Wemby. But yeah, you kind of stole what I was going to say about, I mean, we haven't even had competitive Game 7s, which alone is disappointing. Yeah, I mean, just these NBA games as a whole, it's poor quality with only 30 out of 85 being less than 10-point games. Now, I mean, that's a ton of blowouts.
Now, Carter, does this series get salvaged if Game 7's a great game?
I mean, yes, because it went to a Game 7. I mean, Game 1 was great. 2 was okay. I'm going off the top of my head.
2 was solid. And the rest of them haven't been great.
But hindsight 2020, Game 2 wasn't very good. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that you have to say it's salvaged because it went to a Game 7. I mean, anytime we can get anytime we can get a good Game 7, I think that's what people remember about the series. They're not really going to remember about the middle, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as much as, maybe this exact series 1 and 7. But, it again just goes to show the and, to be fair, I'm more on the NHL side, but we've not had great series there, and especially this conference finals have been terrible.
Awful.
So, you got to be fair both sides, but
you know what's been great?
You guys kind of stole us.
Yeah.
You know what's been great?
What's been great, Colin?
The tennis.
All right.
The French Open has been great. Carter, turn it on. You got Casper Ruud and Tommy Paul in a classic right now.
Carter, keep Acuna hot, brother. All right. Thanks for the call, mate.
Appreciate the call, Carter. Thank you for chiming in.
Yeah, Acuna finally hit a home run last night. Regardless,
has Tatis hit a homer yet?
No. Still waiting on that. It's like waiting for Christmas for Fernando Tatis to hit a home run. Dude, you in this tennis, it's a commercial.
I'm on to something.
Hang on, it's a commercial now. Is it over? Because I know they don't take breaks. No, apparently they do take breaks.
888-760-3776. Give them a little credit. There's not a lot great going on right now.
Dude, I laughed again. I know it's the 5th time I've brought this story up. Mike, I need you. I watched the guy lose. I watched watched Djokovic lose 20 in 25 seconds. He was up at vantage point, and he lost 4 in a row, and he didn't even attempt a swing on the ball. He didn't even attempt a
great serve.
backhand.
It was a great serve.
He didn't even attempt a backhand on the ball.
It was a great serve.
Hey, Joker, let's move around a bit. No?
39. 888-760-3776. We'll go to West Palm. Ernie in West Palm joins the program. Ernie, welcome in. What do you got for us?
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. And as I suspected, I wanted the best 2 words in sports. Game 7, people. That's what we wanted. I want these guys to go at it. I want them to beat each other up. That's what I want. Let's go. You guys are saying these are bad games. These are fantastic games.
No, they're not. No, Ernie, let me chime in.
I love you.
No, they're not.
Okay. I know they're not in terms of a public view. But for us Knicks fans, yes.
Oh, I'm following. Okay.
Here we go.
This is what this is about.
God, you guys don't seem to understand. They're doing all this for us. We get to see their game plan. We get to see what they're going to implement on us. We get to look. If anything, I hope these Knicks are doing what they're supposed to do. Watching these games and examining what needs to be done. Because let me tell you, that Wemby guy, it's impossible to say that all you have to do is just throw it in there and the guy makes a basket no matter what.
Now, Ernie, who would you rather see? Who would you rather see, Ernie?
Oh, dude, don't pick my poison like that.
You're gonna pick your poison. Who would you rather see?
I'll be honest. I think I'd rather go with Oklahoma only because they're hurt more, and I see that if you can contain Gil Alexander in some way, if you can contain him, you're able to win because their role players are not playing well, except for Caruso. Caruso's doing his thing here and there, but they tend to disappear. And I think that if you can shut them down, because there's something about that alien, man, because there's something about that guy defensively that, honestly, we haven't seen in the league in a while. He alters shots from the 3-point line and in. That's almost unheard of, that you're taken care of from the 3-point line to the basket is defensively locked down. That's pretty good. And another side note, being that this is the only thing that I'm actually looking forward to, because after this, my Mets, I can't look forward for that.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Forget about that.
We're all set.
You and Frank the Tank are going to have a rough year as Mets fans.
Frank the Tank he's going to have an ulcer, man.
That's what I mean. He's got to calm down. Frank's got to calm down a bit.
He can't. Well, he can't. He just doesn't every game. I wait for the end of the season to have a rant. He has that rant after every game. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. But, and that's for the Giants. Now I hear that Malik Neighbors.
What else, Ernie?
I mean, what's going on? New York, please.
The Giants haven't played a game yet, Ernie.
Yeah.
Like, can we give him a chance?
They have Harbaugh. They have Harbaugh now.
Can we give him a chance? He had a good draft.
Yeah, I know, but right now Neighbors has no need, and we need a receiver. We need a number one.
Right.
Don't tell me it's going to be OBJ. Don't tell me it's going to be OBJ.
Oh God, Ernie.
As wide receiver 1. Don't tell me that.
All right, Ernie.
Thank you, Ernie.
Appreciate the call.
Love you, brother.
Ernie, that's
Ernie,
it.
thank
Ernie,
you.
that's it.
Thank you,
Thank you, Ernie. We appreciate it.
Blue-blooded Giant fan. Are you sure the Knicks are the number one? Every time we have a New Yorker on, it somehow, you guys tell me I'm obnoxious with the.
No one's thinking about Ohio State.
Every time we get a New Yorker on, it circles back around to the Giants.
The Giants haven't even played a game.
That's what I mean.
Criticizing the Giants for what? For what exactly? They had a good draft. They had a good draft.
Great draft, and they got the best head coach on the market. Can we take it easy on the Giants for a couple of
months?
Let them
play a game before we criticize them?
For a couple. It's like Eagle fans throwing, poopy sandwiches at the offensive coordinator's
Well, that makes
house.
sense because the team stunk.
We're idiots.
Jeez.
Fake New Yorkers.
New Yorker?
Johnny,
you're
John O'Terry. I'm down on O'Terry. O'Terry was
a coworker of ours.
He was one of our. He was like the when I tell my buddies, because they always say Philly fans awful. I'm like, dude, I know a couple of good ones. I know O'Terry. I know Jeff, our sales fan. O'Terry's no longer one of those people. He's an awful fan.
All right. Wow. All right. At Game 7, you anticipate to be close. You haven't answered that question.
No, Oklahoma City will blow them up. It'll be a blowout.
Not even close.
15.
I don't like that.
15.
I think it'll be a good game.
That crowd's going to be into it.
I think it'll be a good game.
It's depending on Wemby. It's all depending on Wemby.
And I have to trust that back against the wall, he's going to put together an aggressive performance.
Young player. young player in a big spot.
An aggressive performance.
In a situation I didn't expect him to be in. I hope I'm wrong. I'd rather see San Antonio advance, but I think Oklahoma City gets it done.
Now, one thing that changes your mind a little bit is Gilgeous-Alexander has not played well. Yesterday was probably the worst playoff game he's played to this point. And he has not played well really since the Suns series, outside of game 2 of this series, a little bit of game 3 of the Lakers series. But ultimately, he has not played great. And if I'm the Knicks, not only are the Thunder beat up, Jalen Williams is playing at 75%, A.J. Mitchell. Point being is if Gilgeous-Alexander's not playing the way he's supposed to play for a 2-time MVP, maybe that's what they want to take on the team that is a little colder, so to speak. But the fact that the Thunder are still forcing a Game 7 and they haven't necessarily been healthy or he hasn't necessarily played well, it's a testament to how good they are.
I think he had a great game 2.
Yeah, he was great in game 2. He was great in game 2.
I think game 2 he was great. And even game 5 where they won, he got to the free throw line, even though I hated the calls. But he did get to the free throw line.
He was effective in the game, but he didn't shoot well.
You're right. I would say 2 out of the 6 games.
He's shooting 30%.
Yeah, 2 out of the 6 games he's played well. It's not good enough.
No. So
especially for a back-to-back MVP.
I don't know how I feel about that if I'm the Knicks fan. If I'd rather do that, but the problem is the Thunder have forced a Game 7. They got home court, and they've mostly played well throughout the series, and he hasn't played great at all, and they've been hurt. So that just, when full strength, if they ever get to that point, you're really, really tough out. We'll keep doing a little Game 7. We also have the Texas Tech saga, which is occurring between Steve Sarkisian and Joey McGuire, the both head coaches of either side, where Steve Sarkisian criticized Texas Tech's schedule, even said to the point that Texas is, as in Texas and Austin, their 2s and 3s, their backups and their third stringers could go undefeated with Texas Tech's schedule. What does Texas Tech do? Well, they say, well, hold on, Texas. You guys got Texas State, we got Abilene Christian, whatever it is. We'll buy out both bye games so you can just pay the teams. We don't have to play them. And I will play you week 1 if you're willing to line it up. Obviously, the week before Texas plays Ohio State. So that's another story for another day. We'll get into that on the other side of things. But also, Mike, celebrating a Spurs Game 7, a great Game 6. Pour a bottle of Gießen, 0%.
And I'll tell you what. Mikey Davis. Remember Mikey Davis, the wedding that you're completely down on?
The worst wedding timing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mikey and Michelle, they both hit me up and they said, Riz, we haven't been boozing as much the last couple of months. We were looking for a non-alcoholic wine. We saw you talking about your friends at Gießen 0%. And he said, this stuff is amazing. Folks, take it from me. Take it from my guy, Mike Davis. Gießen 0%. It's changing the game for me. I told you being sober, coming up 5 years now on the 4th of July. It was water. It was club soda. But it's weekend time now, baby. And I'm going to be stopping by Publix, and I'm going to be picking up some Gießen 0%. I'm heading back down to Boca. I'm going to be poolside drinking the spritzes, drinking the rosés. When we have a nice steak dinner on Cousin Mike's patio, I'm going to be pulling up a glass of that premium red. And obviously, I don't have to worry, folks, because there's no alcohol in it. I could drive home, stay sharp, stay focused. That is Gießen 0%. Check out my social media page. I just dropped my most latest social post with Gießen, talking about the top 5 sports months on the calendar year. January, you know what, Kyle, I didn't have January on there. Probably was wrong for that. Hindsight 2020. But go take a look. Have an opinion for yourself at Mike Rizzo 22 on Instagram and X. Once again, Gießen 0%, changing the game for me and keeping me sharp.
Mike Rizzo, Colin, Russo, Elias Bustamante. It's Russo and Rizzo taking a time out here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Marlins fans, we are taking it back to the 90s. Join us for 90s Night, presented by Coors Light on Saturday, June 6th at Lone Depot Park. Score a special ticket package that includes an exclusive Marlins teal windbreaker, plus a game ticket to watch the Fightin' Fish take on the Tampa Bay Rays at 4:10 p.m. Break out the throwback fits, bring the energy, and relive the 90s at the ballpark. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/90s.
Banyan Printing, your trusted partner for all your printing and signing signage needs. With 48 years of local service, over 1,000 customers choose Banyan for fast turnaround, free delivery, consistent results, and market-leading customer service. Banyan's all-in-one solution saves businesses time and resources. From business cards and brochures to direct mail services and signage, they eliminate the hassle of multiple vendors. If you're unsure you're getting the best service or value, visit banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
The 4 o'clock hour of Russo and Rizzo is presented by Gießen 0% Wines. It's 4 o'clock somewhere, meaning it's always the perfect time for Gießen wines. Elevate your game night with Gießen's 0% Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut. 0% alcohol, all the flavor, Gießen wines from New Zealand, making the 4 o'clock hour or any hour the perfect time.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. You got Colin Russo, you got Mike Rizzo, we got Elias Bustamante. We're streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm on Twitter and Facebook. And listen, if you want to watch the NBA Finals and you're an Xfinity member and then you all of a sudden turn on the TV, flipping through the channels, watching all the expert analysis that ESPN has to offer on the TV side, or you're watching live games, you're just watching a little bit of the originals that they have to offer, and you have Xfinity, you already get all of ESPN as part of the TV. But how about with ESPN Unlimited? Because it's available at no additional cost. Gives you access to all the ESPN content that's in the ESPN app. That includes on-demand programming and originals that you can explore and watch at any time. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. Then you can start watching in the ESPN app. It's more from ESPN, all in one place. Let's get into what the heck is going on with Texas Tech and Texas. So I'll do my best to get the timeline correct. So Steve Sarkisian, who, by the way, for a guy who kind of choked away the season, has been very
big Sark.
Been very vocal about the quality of other teams' schedules and everything like that. So what you need to know is Texas opens up the schedule with Texas State. And Texas Tech, who coming off a great year, opens up the season with Abilene Christian. These are what are known as bye games. They pay these schools to come and play them. They're paying them however many hundreds of thousands, or if not millions of dollars to play them. It's a tune-up game. The guys go in, they get the crap kicked out of them, they leave.
And then they leave.
And everybody shakes hands and they go home. So Texas goes out and says, well, the Big 12 stinks. Sarkisian specifically goes out and says, Texas Tech's schedule stinks. The Big 12 stinks. Our 2s and 3s could dominate their schedule. Whereas Texas Tech responds, and they got two main players. They got Joey McGuire, who's the head coach, who's been there for a couple of years. They got from a high school. And they got Cody Campbell, who is essentially the spokesperson for Texas Tech. Why? Because he's a billionaire oil guy, I believe.
Mogul.
And he is the one who bankrolls the team. So if you bankroll the team, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, you could wear pads in a uniform if you want. And so Cody comes out and says, "What I'm going to do is I'm willing to buy out Texas State game for Texas, and then the Abilene Christian game for us. You don't have to pay it, and we'll set those 2 games aside. Those schools do not have to play the games, and they could play each other for all I care. They get the money out of it, and we get to play you, Texas Tech, straight up." If you have that much to say about the state of our program and the
Speaking of what Sark said, I got the quote here. And this is head coach of Texas, Steve Sarkisian. There's a team in our state that plays in another conference that has a schedule that I would argue if I played with our 2s and 3s, we could go undefeated and they'll probably make the playoff this year. And then Joey McGuire, fast forward to what Colin said, the oil mogul is willing to buy out the week 1s and the opponents. Joey McGuire says, we would love to play the University of Texas in week 1. Dude, I'll tell you what, if I'm a Texas fan, I am sending a letter to the athletic department of Texas in Austin and pleading that Sarkisian just stops talking to the media until we get to training camp, until we could actually start talking about the boys in practice. He's had a rough offseason. I could argue he's had a rough, since January, December, when he was complaining to Kingdom Come about how Texas belonged in the playoff with 3 losses. Brother, this is a 12-team playoff. The expectation has been you cannot lose more than 2. There's been 2 of these things. There have been no teams with 3 losses in the college football playoff in the regular season. If you lose 3, you're probably not going to be in it. And then he's talking about Ole Miss. Him and Lane Kiffin, both dogging Ole Miss. He's 0 for 3. He's 0 for 3 at this point. And if I'm a Texas fan, I'm saying, Sark, we have Ohio State week 2. Can you stop trying to get under people's, get off of people's bad sides? They don't want Texas Tech week 1. They need to win 50-0. And if you remember, the week 1 game last year that they were supposed to win, the week 2 game, because they played Ohio State week 1, obviously. But remember when they played that dread week 2, it was a 1-score game at halftime against, who the hell was the Santa Clara, something. Regardless, you don't need to play Texas Tech week 1 before Ohio State. And now they back themselves into a shoot. I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
I would bet any amount of money
it happens.
that this is not happening. I'd bet any amount of money.
I hope to God that it happens because Sark would get caught with his pants down.
The funny part is Texas would probably kill him. Texas probably dominate them.
That's some bad. Listen, this show is ran on theme, magic, and mojo. That's some bad theme, magic, and mojo.
If I'm Texas, I am not touching this game. You want to talk about all that, this, that, and the other? What we did was back ourselves, like Mike said, into a corner of optics. Texas Tech saw an opportunity to get a little bit of a leg up in the verbal bragging rights war, help with recruiting, makes Texas Tech look a little stronger than what people anticipate. We're not afraid of Texas. Texas was scared to play us. They're going to put it on shirts for all we care. Texas should not touch this game for with a 10-foot pole. And not because of the opponent, because it is just not worth your trouble when you do not have the losses to afford and you have Ohio State the next week.
Do you want to know what I say to Red Raider fans across the nation?
No one's thinking about Ohio State. No one cares.
We got your back, boys. We got your back. We got your back in that game at Austin. Got your back.
So Mike's
got your back.
First of all,
got your back.
Texas is at home against Ohio State. I mean, they don't want to deal with this.
Got your back.
Sarkisian makes himself look like an idiot, and hypothetically, it could be a pretty awesome, hilarious story if this happens, but it's not going to happen.
The issue I have is, it's like every other month Sarkisian's acting like an idiot.
Oh, God, stop,
It's every other month.
Ole Miss, oh, God.
Everyone was on Lane Kiffin's case, but don't worry. Here comes Steve Sarkisian with his cape to save Lane Kiffin from being the clown of the SEC.
Does Sark know that he is 1 season away of a lack of a playoff appearance from being on the hot seat? He is 1 season away. If he is not able to succeed with Arch Manning, unless Arch Manning is unplayable, if he is not able to succeed with Arch Manning, with another playoff appearance, that would be known as a failure of really a tenure thus far. All the resources they put towards that class, all the amount of stars they have in that class, the amount of guys who are going to get drafted from Texas this year. If they're not able to succeed, now I know they had a good year 2 years ago. I know they did.
They went to they were
good. They're right there. They got to the semifinal. But I would say that if they don't do anything, accomplish anything with Arch Manning, and then he turns around and is the number one pick, that would be pretty much a disgrace. I don't know if it's a hot seat moment because it's Sarkisian and they love him there, but you got to succeed more than you haven't done enough to talk the way he's talking. You haven't done enough.
And even with Colin Simmons off the edge, Biles back at linebacker.
They got five first-round picks.
They got, and also another layer. They have defensive coordinator Will Muschamp. If you remember,
That's
Florida
right.
Gator fans, okay, your former head coach who ran that program into the dirt, and I could still say that they haven't recovered until our guy John Summerall took over. We're very high on John Summerall, by the way.
John Summerall, friend of show.
It's our guy.
Sarkisian, not a friend of show until further notice.
Correct. So, Sark, if you want to come on and have your air of grievances and listen to me for, listen to me, bash you for the Bucks, come on, brother. Please come on.
So Texas, in your opinion, should not touch this game, or they should as an Ohio State fan?
They shouldn't touch this game.
Yeah, that's
because the Buckeye, and let me make this abundantly clear. Let's take the Buckeye goggles off. Ohio State could easily lose that game. Okay,
could Texas.
That's a tough place to play.
Yeah, so could
All
Texas.
Right? But what I'm saying is, you want to have a tune-up. Both sides, Colin, of Texas and Ohio State, they both agreed that game, you can't play that game week one. That's an impossible week one game.
Right. They want
a
week of film, and they want 2 weeks to prepare for Ohio State, and therefore the other way.
That is an impossible week one. I actually love that it's week two. I love that both teams are able to kind of gather their bearings in week
Especially
one.
offensively.
And believe it or not, Texas, I don't hate Texas. I think
you'll hate them if they beat you.
I mean, it is what it is. Let's put it this way. Obviously, I hate Michigan, but I don't hate Oregon. Oregon beat us in the regular season.
You hate Indiana.
Oh, I hate
You hate Cignetti.
I hate
You hate Cignetti.
Hate him.
Ohio State had the flag of the Big Ten for 8 months, and then Indiana just stole it from them and not going to give it back anytime soon.
And the issue is Ohio State had that game won 3 different times. They shot themselves in the foot, and they weren't good enough to win the game. But I think Texas being good for college football, Texas being good is great for college football. They got a good jersey scheme. They got good fans.
Historic program.
They need to be in the college football playoff year in and year out. Yeah, you were down on the city. I've never been, so I can't speak on it. But Sark needs to figure it out. I don't think if Sark loses 3 games again, you really think he'll be on the hot seat?
Maybe I'm being a little hyperbolic.
I think you're being
I am.
The only reason is because they were in purgatory for so long.
It's just they have so much. But now they entered in the NIL era, and Texas has more money than God.
They do.
And all of a sudden, you turn around, you have this type of. It would be known as a colossal failure if all the players that stuck it out at Texas. Waiting behind players, they stuck around. They got big transfers in, and they kept around the big guy in Arch Manning. And all of a sudden, you're not going to accomplish anything with that group. That would be a major failure.
It would. And a lot. Listen, the Mannings have a lot of pull. If Archie isn't a good quarterback next year, that's going to reflect poorly on Coach Sarkisian.
And he'll get drafted pretty much
poorly.
Regardless of what happens.
I agree.
Let's say he gets drafted and he's great.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you're thinking, what are they doing in Texas?
Right.
For this guy to be that developmentally challenged.
Let's be honest. Julian Sayin wasn't ready for that week one. Arch Manning wasn't ready for that week one.
The defenses are ready way before the offenses.
Right. So
the offense needs tune-up.
I remember Colin, after that game, everyone's like, oh my God, Arch is the worst quarterback ever.
And when it took him half the season to really get going.
Yeah, but yes. I reminded everybody, and you could tell me I'm just defending the win all I want. That's fine. But I reminded everybody that it's a tough place to play, and it's an impossible matchup for both teams in week one.
And Ohio State escaped that game by the grace of God.
Yeah. We did. No, they're sorry.
Very lucky. You could say very
fortunate.
You could say they shouldn't have won. You could say that. You could make that argument.
I got to stop doing the we.
You can make that argument that Ohio State should not have won that game.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Sonny Styles intercepted it. That was one of the worst calls ever.
The fourth down twice.
Sonny Styles intercepted that ball. The game was over. But let's.
You can make the argument that Ohio State really should not have won that game.
As the great Evan Cohen said.
No one's thinking about Ohio State.
Texas is thinking about Ohio State.
Sark is, and that's why he's all upset that
it's good optics play. That's smart. That's what this is. This is smart PR.
I think Sark,
this is smart PR.
I'm speculating, Colin. If Sark loses to Ohio State for the second year in a row, he's going to be very upset because that's a win. I think the SEC is overrated. I'm very, I think a lone warrior on that take. Regardless, it's a tough conference to go and play on the road. I will say that. Are the teams comparatively overrated than years past?
Yeah, but the road environments are all great.
But the road environments are hard. And look what happened to Florida last year. Like, if you lose to Ohio State, you can only lose one more game after that.
That's quite literally what happened to Texas.
You can only lose one more game after that. And that's why I even think it's a big game for the Buckeyes, Colin. And I promise, the grand scheme of things, they have Michigan at home, Oregon at home. You're at USC.
Those are 3
you're
losses.
at Indiana.
That's 4 losses.
And you're at Iowa. So
at Iowa. That's my least favorite game in the Big Ten.
Me too. Don't get me started. Do you remember the game where we got smoked? Remember when Herb went there and we lost 40-10?
That's the toughest place to play.
It was pouring rain.
That's unironically one of the top 3 toughest places to play in the Big Ten.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But that's why it's such a big game. You can't afford to lose more than 2 games, and here we are. Folks, I'll tell you what, I could afford my Los Angeles trip because of my great friends at Flagler Credit Union. They're the guys I trust with my money. I got my savings account. I got my personal checking account. Folks, if you have a business, all right, if you just started a business and it's doing great, you need somewhere to store your cash, they offer business checking accounts as well. They got 4 locations across Palm Beach County. Folks, flaglercu.org. More information. They're the local guys, that local name. Flagler Credit Union. They are the ones that you have to trust with your money. Speaking of being in the community, being local, being in Palm Beach County, they're the official credit union for Florida Atlantic Athletics. Go to the stadium. Go look at that beautiful name, Flagler Credit Union, right above the stadium. FlaglerCU.org for more information. FlaglerCU.org. More information. Open up your checking account today.
Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante. We're going to have some special guests in here, some young fellas, young sports fans who are going to help us out with our 5 at 5. That's all coming up. We got Steve Politziner at 5:40, Tommy Paul and Casper Ruud in a classic, and Roland Garros. It is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow, who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing, American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 106.3, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years, with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration, using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000. Use code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
In business, you've got to stand out to win. Sinorama West Palm Beach has been family owned and operated for over 32 years, helping local businesses make a lasting impression. Our team knows how to put your business in front of the right customers with signage that actually works. We can turn blank windows or plain vehicles into bold, attention-grabbing branding that drives results. Ready to step up your game? Call us at 561-687-7993 or visit SinoramaWPB.com.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here, now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Colin to the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo. Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
It's the 5 p.m. hour of Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. If you missed any of the 4 p.m. hour presented by Geese and 0%, you can go listen back on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, all those great places. Just go to Russo and Rizzo. We're streaming live on YouTube, ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm on Twitter, and Facebook. You get Game 7 tomorrow. You get Game 7 Canadians tonight, which Mike's super excited for.
All right.
Get super excited for. You can bet on that and Game 7. You could bet on the French Open, which is going on right now on the Hard Rock Bet app. You can download today in the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. Hard Rock Bet, 18 plus or older. You could do any bout, any game, any bout, any time. Futures, in person. You could do game-by-game player props. It has it all. Check out the Discover page. You can see other users are putting together in terms of their parlays, their props. Tap and tag along on their stuff. You refer a friend, get $50 in bonus bets. That's what you could do in the Hard Rock Bet app. It is the place for the new player and the experienced player. Hard Rock Bet. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. The wager, terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. So let's have some fun here, Mike. So we usually do the 5 and 5, which we'll talk about in 1 second. And we got 3 young sports fans in the house with us today who are going to help us out with the 5 at 5. We got Grayson, we got Weston, and we got Graham. And we got 5 questions. We got young sports fans who got big takes on this stuff. Let's get to it. Let's do the 5 at 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking Big Ten.
It's time for The 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU Athletics.
All right, first things first, let's introduce our guest host for today, welcoming in Grayson with question number 1. Grayson, what's going on, my dude? What's going on?
It's good. How you doing?
Good, man.
He's a young sports fan, now Dolphin fan, all right? And he also sang a Dolphin and Patriots. So Grayson,
that's great.
That
That's his younger brother.
So you're
Graham.
just Dolphins.
Yeah, just Dolphins.
Okay, all right. Do you have a favorite player that plays for the Dolphins?
No.
Devon Achane? You like Achane. You like Achane,
Did you
right?
like Tua Tagovailoa?
Nah, he was trash.
He was trash. Golly, Grayson. Well, listen, so Grayson, you're going to be reading number 1 and 4. How about you start us off by reading
number 1.
Okay. Another day and another French Open upset with Djokovic the latest to head home early. This will be the first men's major to not feature at least one former major champion in the round of 16. Could this be good for the sport?
So,
no,
Mike?
No, it's going to do an awful rating, and
you're
nobody's
wrong.
watching this.
You're wrong.
No
You're
Djokovic.
You're wrong.
No
You're
Alcaraz, and no Sinner.
Foolish.
Dude, TNT, they're throwing a fit.
Mike,
they're throwing a fit.
Casper
All their
Ruud, Tommy
names are-
Paul is a
Who?
classic right now.
Who?
Casper Ruud, Tommy
Dude,
Paul,
spare
Palm
me.
Beach resident.
Tommy Paul.
Palm Beach resident.
Come on, man.
Palm Beach resident.
Okay, all right. Listen, no big name in the tournament. This is a disaster.
It's not a disaster.
Disaster.
It's not incorrect. First of all, Djokovic losing today, I'm devastated. I'm a big Djokovic fan, so I'm very disappointed that Djokovic actually lost. I thought this was his best chance at getting 225 majors. It was important for him to get to 25. He's at 24. He doesn't have many opportunities. No Sinner, no Alcaraz. This is anybody. There's going to be a first-time Grand Slam champion, which doesn't happen, right? This doesn't happen. Sinner and Alcaraz won the last 8. Djokovic was before that. It had years. It was an excellent tennis match you missed today, and you were
I didn't miss it. I saw.
You saw the last 4 points?
I saw the last 4 points after Djokovic had an advantage set, and he bottled it.
Number 2.
All right, we have a new guest.
Our second guest,
yes.
Weston, welcome into the party. Appreciate it. What's going on, dude?
I'm good.
Now, Weston, your dad, he played football. He played college football. Am I right on this?
Yes.
And he played for the Naval Academy.
Yes, he did.
Now, we love our
troops.
That's what I
We
said.
love our troops.
We have a saying on the program. We love our troops.
And we love Navy.
Correct.
Navy's one of our favorite teams. Do you watch every Navy game?
About every Navy game.
Nice.
How often do you go to the Army-Navy game? Have you ever been?
I have not. I've been to an Air Force Navy game.
You went to an Air Force Navy game. Will you ever get to an Army-Navy game?
Hopefully.
Going to a Navy game's got to be one of the best experience. That's a top 5. That's a bucket list experience for me. Going to not only a Navy game, but the Army Navy game specifically, or even Air Force Navy.
I mean, it's its own standalone week.
It's great.
It's its own standalone week.
It shouldn't stay like that.
Yeah, well, we need to fix the schedule. That's another story.
Weston, let's have some fun. Let's get to number 2.
College football drama is continuing to heat up. Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian took a veiled shot at Texas Tech schedule a week ago. Last night, Texas Tech football said they will buy out Week 1 opponents of Tech in Texas so they can play in Week 1. How should Texas respond to this?
So Texas should say nothing. Nothing. No words.
mean, dude, no. Sark needs to get away from microphones. Brother, stop talking.
Yeah, Sarkisian's
Stop talking,
what
Sark.
Are you doing? For a guy who hasn't won a lot, Saban never did this. He's a Saban disciple. Saban never did this.
Stop talking, brother. Please.
Championship winning coaches don't do this. Cignetti talks about it. I win, Google me. Cignetti's not trying to stir beef with the academic standards of other universities.
And Sark,
No one's thinking about Ohio State.
You got a big week 2, brother. All right? You got an SEC schedule, and you got a big week 2. You're playing Ohio State week 2, and you're going to have tough road environment games within the SEC. He's got to keep his mouth shut. He's got to learn that, hey, did we kind of have a tough year last year? Did we maybe belong in the playoff? Were we good enough? Yes, but you can't lose 3 games. It's what we've learned in the 12-team playoff. Spare me with who you beat and how you beat them. You lost to Florida on the road with Billy Napier last year, and you lost 2 more games after that. I cannot listen to that.
They should have lost 2 more games. They were lucky to get out of the Mississippi State game. They were lucky to get out of the Kentucky game. So it's going to be hard for Texas, for me to have sympathy for them, for a team that, in my opinion, completely screwed it up last year. They had an opportunity to be great, and they needed to win a couple. And they knew they had the A&M win, but you needed to have a couple big wins, and they couldn't do it. They could not win on the road. So Texas, don't say anything. Let's get to the season.
And last thing, you better make sure Archie Manning can play, Sark. Okay? Those Mannings, they know how to play. Eli and Peyton, they know how to play quarterback. You mess up their nephew,
Number 3.
you're going to be coaching Ball State.
Weston, let's get to number 3. What do you got for us?
New NBC football analyst Mike Tomlin last night interacted with Packers star Micah Parsons. Audio picked up Parsons telling Tomlin to come up north because the team has a spot for him. How would you feel if you were Packers head coach Matt LaFleur?
I didn't see this.
I didn't see this either. I turned the game off at halftime because it was a miserable watch.
Well, no.
Listen, dude. I'm going to go back to the trade. I'm going to go back to the Cowboy-Packer trade. I still think the Cowboys, that's what Micah, brother, worry about doing good this season, your current head coach, no? And I know Micah has his own podcast. He's a great guy. Listen, I understand all that. You
love his podcast.
I just don't know if Micah Parsons is ever going to get back to the level that he was originally at. He was playing with
You're being a little pessimistic. You're being a little pessimistic.
What was it, a knee hammy last year?
Yeah, he was
had
beat
an
up
epidural.
last year.
He had an epidural last year.
But he's been healthy most of his career. He hasn't done anything in the postseason in the 2 or 3 playoff games he's played in. I understand.
Dude,
but their season went awry. They were great, and then their season went awry when he got hurt against Denver.
Let me ask you this question. Who would you rather have, Matt LaFleur or Mike Tomlin? Right now. Not Mike Tomlin a decade ago.
That's a close answer.
I'm still going LaFleur. I'm going with the young and upcoming coach.
Yeah, I
Maybe,
guess.
listen,
Can we still say upcoming? He's been there for 7 years?
He's a young guy. Has it ran stale? Come coach the Browns whenever he wants. Has it ran stale? Yeah, it's ran stale. For sure up there in Green Bay. I think it's more of a Jordan Love issue and injury issues. The Packers they're always injured at the offensive line. Yeah. Someone's always hurt on the defense.
Now, they screwed up in the postseason a lot with Rodgers there, too. It's not just a Love thing, but I understand what you're saying. They've been 3 straight 7 seeds.
They won a Super Bowl with Rodgers. I get all that. Post-Rod, at the back end of Rodgers, you're right. They would fall on their face with LaFleur. But I think it's more of a Jordan Love problem. That brother's making $60 million a year.
57, I think.
It's not worth that. What I saw last year was not worth it. Remember, the year before, he got injured in Brazil in week 1. I don't know.
And he was never the same the whole year.
This is very weird. I mean, you already have a head coach. Why are you telling Mike Tomlin to come up north? Very weird stuff. Very weird stuff. What number are we on, Colin?
Number 4.
There we go.
Number 4.
Grayson's back.
Yeah.
In the director's chair. Grayson, welcome back.
The Devin A-Chan fan. The A-Chan fan.
Close. And the Tua Tagovailoa hater.
Yeah.
Grayson, what's number 4, buddy?
Number 4. NBA injury news coming out last night. Knicks big man Mitchell Robinson has a broken pinky, but is expected to be ready for Game 1. How will this impact the finals?
Grayson, I got one question before we get to the Knicks. You're an Orlando Magic fan.
Yeah.
Were you upset with how they performed against the Pistons when they were up, 20 points in Game 6 and they screwed it up and then lost in Game 7?
I was not happy with their performance. They were up 3-1 in the series, and then they just blew it.
Were you happy they fired their coach, Jamal Mosley?
Yeah.
They should have fired their coach? Do you like Paolo Banchero as the best player?
Yeah, I think he's one of the better.
You're down on Ban. You got to get off that.
Banchero's I'm not a big Banchero fan.
Banchero's
I don't like
player.
Banchero that much.
He's a great player. Great player.
He's good.
Yeah.
He can't shoot.
He's wrong.
He can't shoot.
He can do everything else.
He can go to the
Sorry,
basket.
that's why they got that Desmond
Bain.
There you go.
Desmond Bain.
The ghost act in the playoffs.
Well, Jalen Suggs was also a big problem.
Your question was Mitchell Robinson injury with thumb.
Now, this didn't happen. It was the pinky, and it didn't happen during practice or a game, and they won't say why.
Okay,
so.
well, listen, he doesn't need to shoot. He doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to be a big body for Wembanyama. It'll be just fine. He'll have a massive cast on his hand. He can't shoot it. If they're going to foul him and send him to the free throw line, he's not making the free throw anyway, broken pinky or not.
That's true.
As long as he's able to be a big
rebound,
issue.
catch a lob here and there, and go from there.
Get in there against Wemby. As long as you do that, you're fine.
Yeah, and we got Grayson here, and we'll loop in the last one here on number 5 momentarily. It's the 5 and 5% by Flagler Credit Union with Russo and Rizzo. We'll welcome in the last set, Mr. Graham, who's going to take over for number 5 here momentarily as Casper Ruud just beat Tommy Paul, Mike.
No one.
Number 5.
Nobody cares. Sadly,
right.
Nobody cares. Now,
You're
Graham,
down on that. Graham, welcome in, my friend. What's going on, dude?
I don't know.
All right.
So you were, hang on. You were the Patriot and Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
Now, brother, I'm gonna explain something to you. They play in the same division. They hate each other. You can't like both.
I agree with that.
So on the air, you're gonna have to pick one. You have to pick the Patriots or the Dolphins right now on Russo and Rizzo.
Patriots.
Oh,
It's
man.
because they're winning games.
No,
that's
no,
lousy.
listen,
That's
we're not
lousy
going to get
fandom.
into what their head coach has been up to.
No,
we're not allowed to talk about that.
Lousy. That's lousy.
Number
fandom.
5.
Give us number 5.
What do we
brother.
got?
We will have a Game 7 tomorrow night between the Spurs and Thunder. Have you enjoyed the series?
No, absolutely not. It's been awful. Every game has been miserable since game 1, since game 2. I still think game 2 stinks, hindsight 2020. It needs to be a good game 7. And Colin, you went through every game 7 basically within the last since 2018.
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4
and it's
good
been
ones
awful.
the last 7 years.
My best guess is that Oklahoma City rolls. I hope I'm wrong. I'm rooting for Wembanyama and the Spurs. I just think it's a little too early for Wemby to be in the finals. Granted, we did see a young
You're saying
LeBron
that
James.
Off of what? Off of performance? Or are you a little intimidated by Wembanyama's resurgence to greatness this quickly?
What, 'cause
and
of
your
LeBron?
precious LeBron,
Dude,
is no longer.
stop.
LeBron's going to be the greatest of all time for like 6 years, and then all of a sudden, Wembanyama.
What? Because Wemby's going to
in.
win 6 finals in a row. Listen. It's not even about that. I'm a firm believer in levels. And I already think San Antonio has passed the level that they should have been at. I thought they'd go to the second round and lose. Now, I give credit. There were people out there that were picking this team to go to the finals before the season. I was one of those people. I think the back-to-back MVP has a big game. We alluded Gilgeous-Alexander hasn't necessarily been playing well outside of game 2. I'm going to go with the home team. I said it since before game 5. I think the home teams win out, and I'm going to stick with that.
I like the Thunder tight in the game. I think it'll be a very good game. I think both teams will show up. Thunder experience. They've won 2 straight game 7s. I'm rooting for the Spurs, though. So if the Spurs win, I'm a happy camper. And if the Spurs are going to win, it's going to be close. The Thunder are not going to roll over.
I'm sick of the foul fishing and the baiting and the play with the Oklahoma City Thunder. But, Colin, that was the 5 at 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union. Now, I want to thank Graham, Grayson, and Weston.
Appreciate it, boys. That's Graham, Grayson, and Weston who helped us out today with our 5 at 5. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. We'll continue on. We're here. We got Steve Palazzino at 5:40. We'll get into a little more Texas Tech, Casper Ruud, Tommy Paul breakdown on the other side of things.
God. These kids have no idea who those guys are, by the way.
You don't either.
But come on. Come on, man. These kids didn't even know the French Open was going on.
Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. Getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar and Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Memorial Day may be over, but the biggest sale of the year at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach is still going strong. They sold nearly 100 new Kias over Memorial Day weekend, and then Kia sent them another allocation. That means another 100 new Kias must be sold before June 1st. Tellurides, Seltos, K4s, K5s, EV9s. Fresh inventory with huge incentives and rates as low as 0% on select new Kias. And this week only, the Greenway Kia Credit Clinic is back. Don't worry about your credit. Let Greenway Kia go to work for you. Plus, take advantage of the exclusive 24-hour test drive program. Take it home, drive it overnight, make sure it's the perfect Kia for you. Want to skip the wait? Call 561-433-1511 and ask for Lonnie Mister. He'll have your vehicle ready and waiting when you arrive. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Another 100 new Kias must go before June 1st. Call now. 561-433-1511.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BOOST to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BOOST to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BOOST to borrow up to $10,000.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3 with Colin, Russo, Mike, Rizzo. We got Elias Bustamante behind the glass today. Mike and I are getting in trouble for going after airlines. I mean, jeez.
You know, my favorite still is Graham. What's going on? I don't know.
All right. I could respect that.
And he went Patriots over Dolphins.
I understand. I would do the same thing in his. I would do the same thing in his.
Grew up in South Florida. Got it.
Nobody in Palm Beach County is a Dolphin fan.
That's not true.
888-760-3776. Number to get into the program if you want to bet money on the Patriots. You win big. All of a sudden, I can go buy a house. You can go figure it out. Who do I talk to? Flagler Credit Union.
Yeah, Flagler Credit Union, folks, the official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics. And certainly one of the better, I think, credit unions in the area. They're my guys. They're my local guys. It's that local name, Flagler Credit Union. I do think, folks, you go around town, you go look at these other no-names, please banks. It really has that family atmosphere at every single Flagler Credit Union that you walk into. They're the local guys that are going to be able to take care of your cash. I have a business and personal checking account with them. Flagler Credit Union, folks. Flagler Credit Union. FlaglerCU.org for more information. They are the official partner of Florida Atlantic Athletics. Their name is above the stadium. They're the official credit union. They're the local guys that love being in the community. Flagler Credit Union.
Now, MLB, we talked about it a little bit. Now they're doing a little bit of a labor union fight with the salary cap, salary floor. I've slept on it. I like this more and more. The owners talking about, and they gave a lot of money to local brands. So what, if you missed it, the Major League Baseball Players Association is coming out saying, we want just a tax on the teams that don't spend, but we don't want a salary cap. We don't want a salary floor. Owners come back. Here's the cap. Here's the floor. They're about $70 million apart, $243 and $175 million. It would get 15 teams to have to spend more money to just get above the threshold, and 6 teams, the 6 obvious spenders, and the Phillies and the Mets and the Dodgers, to spend less. Perfect.
Did you read? I was reading the other day. The Marlins sold 15% of their the ownership sold about 15% of their equity. Dude, what's going on with that? Listen. I think the Marlins. I think it's a fun team. I think they're a good young team and they got good young players. But when you nickel and dime like that, Colin, they're $92 million below that 170 that they want to change the cap to. They're basically selling ownership of the team to make ends meet. This is why people don't take. Rather, let me rephrase. This is why some people don't take their teams seriously or baseball seriously in that manner.
He's cashing out. He's cashing out. 15% of the team, he remains. It's Sherman, who is the owner of the Dolphins. He remains the control person.
Owner of the Marlins. Yep.
And he controls Bruce Sherman. I forgot his first name. But he controls most of the team still. He's just sold 15% for $1.55 billion, and it's to quote 2 families in South Florida. So if it just adds another name to the pot, if it adds a little money to the pot, great. But what this needs to happen is he's probably cashing out before the salary cap thing comes about and getting a little bit of a payday. Who knows? Making ends meet. If that is true and these teams are having trouble getting into the green and making profit, it's all the reason that you need a salary cap. You need distributed funds, allocated funds from television contracts to the teams to run these teams, to run these leagues.
15%, Colin, what? 15% went for $1 billion?
1.5.
Dude, and you're telling me they can't afford a payroll more than $79,000? It's a bit of a joke, brother. Forgive me for thinking that I can't take that serious.
All right, but the thing about the Marlins is people don't go to the games. I understand. They don't have TV revenue.
If I'm being fair, it's not just them, right? The bottom 4 is pretty shocking in all terms. Shocking, crazy, the amount of little money that they are spending on a roster compared to the $333 million that the New York Mets are spending this year.
$500 million on the books, but only like $300 on actually being spent because of all deferred for the Dodgers.
And then even the same, the Dodgers are the perfect example of that. But I just, there's levels to it. And look at the Mets. Look at how horrible the Mets are. Spending money doesn't guarantee you to win. Got to build a culture. Got to have the right people making the choices when it comes to player signings, draft picks. Like with baseball, I explained this a little yesterday. Teams that aren't spending, let's just even say, Colin, $120 million, that aren't even spending $100 million. They're looking at this like, okay, we're going to have 2 runs every 10 years, and you hope that you can win a World Series. Unless you're like,
that's a couple of teams too,
and that's like I would go Tampa Bay, I would go the Indians. The A's haven't necessarily been able to do it, but like that.
There are teams like the Pirates. The Royals are there here and there. They've spent a little bit more.
The Royals,
the Angels don't want. Even though they spend money, they spent it in the wrong spots. They're never in the mix. Like
the Royals are crazy to me right now. They have a lot of talent, and they're 11 games under, and they're just
second
not
straight
good right
year
now.
They've been like that.
Yeah, and like you got Witt there, you got Pasquantino, you got Cole Reagan, excuse me. They got pitchers. They got hitters. Like, I don't – listen, you get rotten luck. I understand all of that. The one reason why I love the floor, I think it's going to give opportunity for more teams to be better consistently year in and year out because you're consistently going to have big leaguers in the lineup. Look at these teams that are at the bottom end. 3 or 4 of these guys, Colin, on some of these rosters aren't major leaguers. 3, like if you have guys in your lineup, 3 out of the 4 that are batting under 200 are a liability in the field, that's an issue. That's where I'll get upset at the team going, you're being cheap. You could have spent $10 million on a player this year that could come and fit the position, but you just refuse to do it.
The thing I would say is the bottom feeder teams, the teams that don't spend any money, it's not like you could look at 3 teams and just point those are the problems. You could do that with the top spenders. You could point at 3, maybe 4 teams and say you guys are the problems. Even the Yankees lose guys, right? It's the Mets and the Dodgers who really get whoever they want, will spend whatever buck it takes. And they're 2 polar opposite case studies about what spending can do for a team, whether open up the world or it could open you up to a world of scrutiny. And but the floor is just as much beneficial as Mike said, because at the very least, you keep homegrown talent. If you do draft somebody, you get him for 5-6 years. If he's a late come up, I know the new rule that the players are negotiating for wants to allow players that are going to be 30 plus on their 5th year of service time to be eligible for free agency. But to circle back, they want to keep homegrown talent there. They want to be able to afford players because there are so many instances that we could go down the list of players who just not only outperform their value with said franchise, but they outperform just staying in that market just off of the fan interest, the teams being good. They're too good.
Yeah.
And they think, if I want to be a big-time player playing in big-time games, I got about 5 teams to choose from, And if I really want to leave, and if I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna get the biggest contract possible, and that means I'm gonna go to the Dodgers. That means I might go to the Giants. That means I might go to the Mets, or I might go to the Yankees. And then we're kind of get a little shorter than that. Little Cubs, little Padres. But outside of that, we're not looking that far.
And even back in the day, it was the Red Sox. Can I be a homer? Because it plays to your conversation perfectly, I promise. Jim Thome, Manny Ramirez, CC Sabathia, Cliff Lee. These are all guys that were Indians that left for the big payday because you knew it was never going to come in Cleveland. Colin, I don't blame him. Francisco Lindor, another one. I don't blame him. This helps these teams that are nickel and diming because you aren't going to lose that player
Cubs
anymore.
Fans said teams. Yes.
That too, but also you think the Indians could have used Ramirez in the early 2000s? You think they could have used CC Sabathia at the peak of his prowess? Cliff Lee? We got to get rid of Cliff Lee you were going to win 75 games because you got rid of everybody. It's a joke. It sucks. You can't retain players. Say what you want and how horrible the NBA is, and it's horrible right now. But teams, if you look at the NBA star, the teams that drafted them, because of the cap, because of the floor, because of how the league is set up.
They get locked down before they can move.
And they could offer the most money. So they leave. It's never about the money when they leave. It's not about the money when they leave. More times than not in baseball, it is because of the money. Because you are trolling yourself if you're not taking $300 million guaranteed. Harper, another one with the Nationals. Nationals were never giving him that deal, that 10-year, I forget the exact number on it. They're never
Juan Soto, another example.
Juan Soto, they're never giving these players that deal. That's the point. That's the bigger
Keep the guys
picture.
around. Keep guys around. If you get draft well, you should be rewarded about that.
Even Stanton with the Marlins.
You should be rewarded about that. You should be rewarded for keeping players in the system, having great players who don't need to shift to bigger franchises in order to get what they are deservedly in terms of the market. Now, is the market a problem? Do players need 10-year contracts? My opinion, absolutely not. Do they need to be fully guaranteed? Absolutely not. Do they need to be deferred? Absolutely not. All this comes in a structure of a salary cap. This all fixes itself. All the problems with these contracts fixes itself with a salary cap and a floor. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, and I actually think the owners are going to win. I don't think you'll see baseball, but I think the owners are going to win. I think it's worth it.
You think Marlin fans wanted to keep Josh Beckett around a little bit longer?
I mean, they just did a fire sale. They got rid of all their big guys, and wait till again. They're going to do it again if it plays out the way the players want, and we don't get a salary cap, and you put on an invisible tax on the teams that are uncompetitive. These teams are still going to do it. They're still going to do it. But we also have a Game 7 tonight, or tomorrow night. We also have a Game 5 tonight. Let's have a little fun here before we get to Steve Politziner. Let's blitz the book with Hard Rock Bet.
Send some heat. Pin your ears back. It's time to blitz the book. Presented by Hard Rock Bet.
Blitz the book, Hard Rock Bet, ESPN 106.3. Mike, Canadians and the Hurricanes tonight. The over-under is 5.5. Canadians are plus 195 to win. What do you say about America's team?
Well, we know Canada's team is not going to the final. But I will keep all puck talk to Colin Russo because I'm down. I stopped watching after like Game 3 in that series. That's one of the worst 7-game series I've ever seen in my life.
You're being so unbelievably hyperbolic.
Awful.
It was two overtime games in Game 2 and Game 3, and Montreal won Game 1. So that's not fair. That's not fair. Game 4 stunk, no doubt. Oh, come on. Be fair. All right, I'm going to take the under on the 5.5 on total goals, and then unfortunately, even though I love America's team in Montreal, I'm going to take the Hurricanes tonight, minus 280.
Now,
that'll be part of our parlay.
Colin, do me a favor and flip on over to baseball.
Okay.
I want to take a home run. I wanted to take someone to hit a home run. Is that okay?
What game are you looking at?
I want an Atlanta Brave player, and I want Ronald Acuna to hit back-to-back homers in 2 straight games.
I'll tell you what the stat is.
Listen, folks, Acuna.
Plus 300.
Let's do it. Because Acuna hit a homer last night. They're playing at Fenway, they're playing at Cincinnati, which is a home run park. Okay? Big home run park, Great American Stadium. You best believe, Colin, that's a home run park.
That is a home run park?
Oh, my God, is that a home run park? Oh, they're one of the bigger ones in the MLB. Give me Ronald Acuna to hit a home run.
This is going to murder the parlay, but that's fine.
Come on, have some faith.
All right, let's add another one to the San Antonio OKC tomorrow night. San Antonio is see, the problem is the spread stinks. Thunder favored by 3.5.
I'd take that. -3.5. Yeah, they win by 4.
I have no problem with that.
No,
In Champions League with Arsenal.
Oh, I can't take that team. You guys are too. Listen, Elias Bustamante and honest guy, Colin did it to just piss me off.
I didn't do anything to piss you off.
Now, he is technically an Arsenal fan.
I am an Arsenal fan.
Give me 4 players on the team.
No.
Okay. It's fine. You guys want to take Arsenal?
I can't find this game on the Hard Rock Bet app, which is what I'm nervous about.
Type in Champions League.
Yeah.
I have it for you here.
You have it there? What does it have? Oh, I got it here.
There you go. UEFA.
All right. Plus 220 is Arsenal in this one. Or PSG is plus 140.
I mean, Elias, do you think
as a winner? Yeah.
They're going to beat Enrique and that team?
Yes, of course.
What are they going to win 1-0?
It's a plus 6,000 parlay. By the way,
are they going to win 1-0 and lullaby us to sleep, passing it back and forth,
$5 to win $323 with Arsenal.
Not bad at all. It's 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's all
God. And they'll put us to a sleep. Colin, talk about a bad watch. Yeah, everyone thinks Oklahoma City's a bad watch.
You know, it was a godforsaken watch. You know, it was a godforsaken watch.
Who?
Chelsea PSG at the Club FIFA World Cup last summer. Watched that with a bunch of the Dutch and in Peru.
Oh yeah,
and boy,
when you were on that snake oil, right?
Yeah, they were not happy. They were not.
You were
happy.
on that psychedelic, right?
I was not.
No.
I was not.
Okay.
Don't throw that out there. I was not doing that.
Remember you told me the drug that the venom?
That's in Guatemala. In Peru.
That's in Guatemala.
I heard about it in Peru, about a snake venom psychedelic in Guatemala.
We just trip
for hours.
Anyway,
we got Steve Palazzino on the other side.
We'll just go with ours. Fine. Go with Arsenal. I'm rooting for PSG.
$5 wager to win $323. That's the under in the goals tonight. Hurricanes to win. That's Acuna to hit a home run.
Cunha.
And then that's the Thunder minus 3.5 and Arsenal to win plus 220 in the Champions League final. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante, Steve Palazzino, the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer on the other side. Stay tuned for it. It's ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music. The window's down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Summer is officially here. The sun's out, the grill's going, the weekends feel a little longer. And with Gießen 0%, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of premium wine without the alcohol. Bright citrus, tropical notes, clean, refreshing flavor made for warm nights and good company. From poolside afternoons to sunset dinners, Gießen fits the pace of your summer, keeping you sharp, social, and fully in the moment. Gießen 0%, real wine for real life. The moment is now.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the strawberry watermelon refresher and the mango pineapple refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here. Now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
Now at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This should be fun. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante. Let's loop him in. If you're on the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Fame, you know him. If you're on the Boca Bowl Head Committee, you know him. If you're on the Orange Bowl Committee, you know him. If you're on the National Championship Host Committee when it was in Miami, Florida, you know him. And if you're on the Palm Beach Gardens, if you're in the Gardens Youth Athletic Association board, you know him. It is Steve Politziner.
Hang on. Let's take it easy on Uncle Steve because we missed Steve yesterday.
We blew him off yesterday.
Yeah, let's take it easy on Uncle Steve.
He's the Good Car Brands president. He joins us now. Steve Politziner. Hello, Steve. How are you? What's going on?
Oh, we're actually doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
He's down on us.
It was a bad one.
He got chipped for Freddie Coleman.
It was a tough
That's a fair game.
But we never told him he got chipped for Freddie Coleman. That's the issue.
You misrepresented the bumping. I think it's good conversation because people, if you're listening, you probably wonder, like, how does the guest get booked? How does it happen? So,
you own a company.
We dropped the ball.
Become the president of a company. You can jump on anytime you want.
Steve, I'm owning it.
That's not the that's not the relatable point.
Oh, is that what you're talking
I'm owning it, Steve. We screwed up. Uncle Steve, I'm sorry, we screwed up.
I thought you were talking about Steve's stats.
I'll say it.
No. You commit to a time with somebody.
Yeah.
And it's okay if, in the history of time, people get bumped. It's fun. It doesn't matter. You get bumped. It's that you said, I'm waiting around, texting, and you described the bumping as we had like an unexpected emergency guest who you recorded hours earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I said, Steve, we had a guest.
To play at the time that you were having me on.
Well, you wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for Drew Politziner, who's sitting right next to you.
Thank God, my son figured out. He goes,
They threw us under the bus.
They threw us under the bus. I am down.
To be fair, I'm going to apologize. Uncle Steve, it was a bad look. We're sorry. We'll be better. We're really sorry.
I just, I know one of our core values is honesty. You knew I was bumped hours ago, and you called it like a last-second guest.
I didn't say that, to be fair, but we're part of a show.
What is that?
Uncle Steve,
Mike,
we're part of a show. Yes, you're right. I'm taking accountability.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just every word that now comes out of your mouth, your guys' mouths, I don't believe.
You want to hear a fun fact?
What's
Mike,
a fun fact?
First time Steve and I communicated over text, this is when I was at ESPN Madison, and this is when I was gearing up to come down to West Palm. And, Steve, we're getting the lay of the land. New guys coming into town. We're going to reach out to him for the first time. And Steve reached out to me. He's texting. It's on a Sunday morning. And classic Steve, hey, can you call at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, in church time for most people. But for me, it's the Wimbledon final. And it was Djokovic-Alcaraz. And it was it was fourth set, and it was going to be spread to a fifth. I thought it was going to be over. And then Steve has the text. It's funny, but I basically blow Steve off, and I go, Steve, we got to watch the fifth set. I'll talk to you after. And it's the first time I ever had the conversation with him. It was a good reason, Steve. It was fifth set of Wimbledon final.
We're wrong.
Go
ahead, Steve.
How do you have a job?
Steve?
Did we lose?
I'm here.
Okay.
How
do you have a job?
It was a really funny text. You got to read it off Steve's phone. It is funny.
Come on, man. That's a tough one. Listen, I'm begging for forgiveness at this point, Uncle Steve. I'm sorry.
Steve's friend of show.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's all right.
Got to be bigger.
Enough on the. All right, we're good on the apology. Right? Steve, do you forgive us?
All right. Yeah. Forgive. You know what I like to say? I'm good to forgive, but I never forget.
Even better. I'd rather you forget and not forgive.
Wait till Colin says he's not coaching next year.
Oh, geez. Nice time to drop that in. Steve, how have you thought of the NBA postseason thus far? Mike is down on it because the games haven't been competitive, but the Knicks are in it. We know you love the Knicks. Tell us about that.
Well, I am from a basketball standpoint, I am stunned at the way the Knicks have just been literally unstoppable. And I am also stunned at the way the Cavs just completely rolled over. And I'm not a fire the coach guy always, but I feel like the Cavs had got to do something unless they're going to have greater plans to really shake it up. Really shake it up. Go after Giannis. Make a big move. How do the Cavs get over this?
Mike, he's asking you, how do the Cavs get over this?
Do you guys want the skinny on why Kenny Atkinson's back? No names, please. But apparently Dan Gilbert was, that's Kenny's guy, That's his guy. It's who he hand selected. So, like, try to put it in perspective. You hire your best friend at a position, and, that happened. You're probably going to keep your buddy. So
Bad owners do that.
He's not a bad owner. Dan Gilbert's the best owner in sports. But apparently he was never getting fired. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Is that a good move or a bad move by Dan Gilbert?
I personally think it's Gilbert, and I personally think it's an awful move.
He's a bad owner move.
Involved. To your point, Steve, I thought they should have got rid of the GM Altman and Atkinson, moved on from Harden, kept Mitchell, and tried to go after LeBron and Giannis, which could still happen. I think the Cavaliers are definitely going to try to go and get Giannis, Steve, and try to get finagle LeBron, trade Evan Mobley $60 million. I'm going to let this play out, but you're right. It's a shocking move, and that's what at least people are telling me in Cleveland is that's Uncle Dan's guy. So,
well, it's gonna be weird. Like Harden would be who I would try to move on from, and you know who's laughing? The Clippers, who said that's why we didn't want to stay with him.
And the Clippers have done a good job because they got rid of Zubats too, and they got a good pick from the Pacers in that regard because the Pacers thought it was going to be protected and it wasn't. And the Clippers get a pick out of it, a good pick, and the Pacers pick that is
top 5
for Zubats.
Yep.
Steve, Knicks can compete with both teams. One of the teams, are they going to win the finals? Tell us that.
You know, the Mitchell Robinson situation. He got the surgery on the pinky. Is interesting. I guess kudos that the Knicks won so quickly with the back-to-back sweep that they had time, but it's going to be a huge, huge factor at running and chasing Wemby around. I think the Spurs are a better matchup, for the Knicks. The Spurs have a lot of perimeter guys, and that's really, the Knicks between Bridges and Hart and OG. The Knicks can match that. The Knicks can match that kind of length. FCA though wears people out. I'm surprised that the Thunder didn't close out last night. I am not one of those guys that have moved on from the Thunder. That now it's the Spurs, and I think the Thunder would present a more difficult matchup.
I'm also surprised. I thought the Thunder would really take charge in Game 6 and try to close it out. But I think how these 7-game series amongst great teams, really good, evenly matched teams work out is they really do just trade blowouts. They trade games where one team really controls the game from the get-go, and the other team, in a way, preserves energy, preserves strategy, preserves their good bullets for a better game in which it's more important for them. Backs against the wall. You can't manufacture desperation. That's what San Antonio had. But I thought the Thunder, being in their position, wanted to get into the easy part of waiting for the Knicks. They wanted to get into that. Now you want to enter into a dogfight in 7 games. I'm surprised that happened. But what do you think is going to happen in Game 7 tomorrow night?
I think Thunder, although I think, it could be Spurs now that, Spurs have the hot hand. I also like the way the Spurs just played to the end last night and just really didn't give the Thunder anything to feel excited about, towards the end of the game. They kept pounding it, pounding them on. I feel like that kind of thing does make a difference when they go back. But the Thunder are defending champs. I still think it's the Thunder. But then what happens is, they come in, they have to be exhausted. I mean, I know we talk so much about it, but the amount of time SGA is laying on the ground, whether it's because he actually got drilled by Broman when Bryant drilled him that time, or if it's from all of his flopping. But in general, don't you feel like they look tired? The Spurs look tired. I mean, this is a heavyweight knockout. This is what you want. This is what you wanted. And whether Wemby gets past the Thunder this time or not, the Spurs are on their way, which is great for the NBA.
Now, Steve, do you think Wemby plays well in Game 7?
I think he plays better than he played in Game 5. I don't know if that's a real.
High bar to clear,
The only reason I asked, Uncle Steve, and listen, it doesn't take you a rocket scientist to say this. If Wemby plays bad, they're not going to have a chance in what. So you saw that in Game 5. In Games 1 and 2, they were very close because the young man was great. So I think that team goes as far as Wemby in Game 7.
If Wemby doesn't play great, they have no shot, right? I feel like we can all say that.
I agree with that. Steve Politzino with us now, the Good Karma Brands president, the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer. Steve, Did you see Mike can't stand it. Did you see the French Open today?
Not only did I not see it, I'm actually annoyed at how much when I saw you guys today, how much you want to talk about it.
Yeah, he's into it, Steve.
You're like forcing a topic.
So you didn't watch it.
You must have some other friends somewhere who watch tennis. Like, talk to them
Steve,
about it.
It's his father, Uncle Steve. That's what it is.
I got multiple chats going
It's
talking
his
about
father.
Djokovic losing. I thought Steve was a huge tennis guy.
He's not.
Palm Beach County, one of the tennis capitals of the world,
Colin,
Steve.
come on, Colin.
I do. I like tennis. I love golf. The masses don't care.
Wow. So you didn't see Djokovic lose today?
Yeah, no, I didn't get to see it. I know it is wide open. Sometimes I don't think that's great. Like, Colin, do you think more people are going to be on board with the French Open now? Or
No.
Less.
He's going to do an awful rating. Uncle Steve, he's going to do an awful rating.
You do
a terrible rating.
You do the rating stuff with the big sports where that's what they're actually vying for.
It's going to be a terrible rating.
Tennis, I want to see something different. Sinner and Alcaraz have won the last 8 majors since 2023. I'm down to see somebody different. I have no problem with this. I wanted Djokovic, but I'm down to see somebody different.
No one's talking about the tennis rating because tennis doesn't have any rating, so it doesn't. No one's talking about it when they're there.
Yeah, so that's a stupid argument. Yeah, because you think about that for the big leagues. That's where it matters, not for tennis.
Dude, it's bad for the sport. Uncle Steve, bad for the sport. Bad for the sport.
Very bad for the sport because what tennis has, and I love the connectivity when you go to, like, you go back and you're like, oh, these guys, one of these 3 guys has been in the last, and if you connect this lineage, the Alcaraz, if you do the Sinner, Alcaraz and Djokovic, and then you connect that to, Nadal and Federer, and then you can kind of like bring that all the way back to the beginning of Federer. You constantly see those stats of like one of these 8 guys has been in every one of the last. It's like over now.
That's why I think it's great. Is because
totally over.
The sport's been dominated by about 8 people since the turn of the century, and that I think is interesting. But nonetheless, Steve,
if somebody new emerges, great. As long as it's like you're going to give me 19-year-old Boris Becker, who no one had heard of, or 17 years old, whatever, going and winning Wimbledon and then becoming an elite player. I'm into that.
Steve's on top of this.
One-hit wonders. I'm not into one-hit wonders.
Joao Fonseca
wonders don't do much for me.
Steve, tell us about what's going on with Duffy's.
Oh, Duffy's. Of course, I will tell you guys what's going on at Duffy's.
He has it. Don't worry. He's got it. I texted it to him last Friday.
This is the last day, or no, this is the last weekend of Burger Mania. Do you guys know that?
Yeah, I did know that, but now I know it even more.
Why is this the last weekend of Burger Mania? Let's see if you know.
Month of May, Steve. Month of May, Steve.
Mike had it. I don't think Colin had it. I don't think
he didn't have it.
He
did not have it. He did not have it. It's okay.
Djokovic could be banging a drum in Steve's backyard. He wouldn't know.
Yeah. I mean, Colin doesn't know the name of the most important facts of our great partner who sponsors my appearance.
Okay.
But he definitely knows the no name who he'll be watching all weekend with the French Open.
Steve, Burger Mania, tell us about it.
You got it. Bacon, mac and cheese burger, the half-pound Angus beef patty, the mac and cheese on a burger. How about the Frito pie burger? This is a Fritos on a burger. Double smash burger, which of course has the Duffy signature sauce. LTO, that means limited time only, Colin. Burger Mania does not stick around. It is done in May, so if you haven't been there or you have, enjoy it while you can. At Duffy's, our game is always on.
Appreciate it, Steve. Looking forward to talking again soon.
Thanks, Uncle Steve.
Thank you, guys.
That's Steve Politzino, the Good Karma Brands president. Appreciate him joining the program to us. Wow, he's quizzing me on burgers.
The president said, "I can't believe. How do you have a job?" That's when I was.
He's laughing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's all in good fun. We like Steve. Steve's a good friend of show. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante. Stick around for ESPN West Palm High School game day coming up on the other side of things. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN.